Okay, now it's climbing a bit. Okay. Yeah, why did I choose to show this game for a moment instead of just going, you know, to Stellar Blade? Well, I want to show a game that is hungry for VRAM, but it does not have any VRAM leaking on it, or system RAM leaking. It is just a game that likes, you know, to fill up your VRAM buffer, but after filling the VRAM buffer, it will never climb above what it requires, and it will not start filling an egregious amount of system RAM and become a stuttery mess when you play the game. So, yep, that VRAM D amount is the VRAM dedicated, so that is the amount that the entire system, not just this game, the entire PC is using. So notice it climbed to like 10.9. I think from my previous testing it goes up to all the way to like 11.7 gigabytes. But the system RAM amount, which by the way, it is on that 3600 CL16, it is the second number, the 5400 number or so. That is the amount of system RAM that is currently being used by this game particularly. So notice how that does not continue climbing a ridiculous amount and become a stuttering mess, despite of how much VRAM it's using right now. It's using 11.4K VRAM, allocating 11.7, but it does not start moving assets into the system RAM, and it doesn't become a stuttery mess. The frame time graph is mostly completely stable and flat. Oh, and by the way, I have... this game has actually a very funny, or rather annoying thing, but it was funny when I noticed something about it, but we will get to that in a moment. But for some reason, if you use VSync lock in this game from the NVIDIA control panel, which I use because of using the capture card here, the reason as to why I use the capture card, well, I save about 450 gigabytes of VRAM, because using the game capture on OBS uses about 10 times more VRAM than if I use the capture card for the same process. However, the game capture card is also more resource intensive for its conversion, I suppose. Which in simple terms means if I play a game using the game capture card on PC, it impacts the performance overall a bit more than if I use the game capture. But so there's a trade-off, you know. But then also the image quality, the colors particularly, are also better on the game capture card. The color conversion from the HDR is more accurate to SDR image, you know. But it's not like a watts difference, but it's still a like good big difference. But that's the reason as to why I have to have VSync on, because otherwise you will see screen tearing on the capture card at 60 FPS, which I obviously do not want to see on my own game, as well as on the, you know, capture. Because if I don't have VSync on with this capture card using the HDMI cable, then not only do you have, or do I have screen tearing on the capture card on the stream, but I also have screen tearing on my own like display here when I just, you know, move in the game normally myself. Both vertical and horizontal screen tearing. But yeah, system RAM amount stays completely normal, about 5.2, 5.4. Doesn't go anywhere from here. Now, this is the funny thing. So, the game recognizes that it's supposed to be VSync locked up to 120 FPS. But it's clearly locking to 60. Look at what happens if I move the camera up and I don't move the character. I don't know. I have never seen anything like this in any game. I feel like I'm saying that like almost every day nowadays when I play these games on PC. That's not a good thing. There is so many new fucking weird things. Like, even if I go to the game settings, even if I go to the like UE5 like game settings on this game, it says that it's recognizing that the refresh rate on the monitor is 120. But it's not locking the FPS to 120 with Vision One. It's locking it to 60. You know what it might actually be? Here's a weird take, but it could actually be... What if it would be so stupid that if the game thinks that you don't have enough performance to run the game at 120 FPS or very close to 120 FPS with settings you have chosen, then it doesn't even try to boost up to 120 FPS. Wouldn't that be interesting?